Hello and welcome to Inside Katsina on Trust TV. I am Ibrahim Yusuf. Now, human capital is the bedrock of development for any society. And the youth are always seen as the most vibrant and most active section of the population and should therefore form the vanguard in the charge for societal development. However, for quite a while, the scourge of drug trafficking and abuse has continuously threatened the survival of this very crucial section of society. In light of this, the Katsina State government, under the leadership of His Excellency Governor Aminu Bello Masari, has deemed it fit to tackle this menace head-on by establishing a brand new department charged solely with the task of eliminating this scourge. On Inside Katsina this week, we are talking to Hamza Muhammad Borodo, the Special Advisor to the Governor on Drugs, Narcotics and Human Trafficking, where he will take us through the mandate of his office and successes recorded so far in the fight against drugs and human trafficking in Katsina State. Let's take a look.
Well, when we go back to history of the electioneering campaign of His Excellency Right Honorable Aminu Bello Masari, we know as a humble man, he realized that some of our youths are being used by politicians, some politicians, let me use that language, in achieving their goals, maybe using them as political talks to, advance their interests. So he thought over this, that or he saw it as an ugly trend of using our youths in this direction. So he decided that whenever, if by the grace of God, he becomes the governor of Katsina State, he will stop all this political thuggery. So after he emerged the governor of Katsina State, he now decided to think of ways to stop this political thuggery as he promised during the electioneering campaign. And then he thought of coming up with a task force of 18. And it was placed under the supervision of Ministry of Health. That task force was aimed at reducing or curtailing the proliferation of drug in the state, because where there is drug, there is crime. So if they curtail or they reduce the influx of this drug of abuse and other substance of abuse, I think by so doing, maybe it will bring a kind of sanity in the society. Our youth will not have the drugs to even abuse within the state. So I think this is where the idea started. And when that task force was created, it was placed under the supervision of Ministry for Health. They were working from time to time, and then there was some kind of result, reducing the menace of influx of drug and other substance of abuse. So after that, still to continue with his ambition of seeing that our youth are better placed in a better way, they can contribute their own quota to the development of the society instead of being used as political thuggery and other acts of hooliganism. So he think of coming up with more stringent measures, and he now thought of establishing a whole department to look into this, because when there is this department, there are a lot of activities that the department could do to advance his interests of curtailing the menace of abuse of drugs. So that is how the whole idea come up. and His Excellency also having witness or, as the #1 chief security officer of the state, he has many ways of having intelligent reports concerning what is happening within the state. So he equally received so many complaints about this issue of human trafficking. And Katsina being a gateway state, having a very porous border areas with Niger Republic, happens to be a kind of transit for all this issue of drug trafficking and human trafficking. So the idea become more interestingly increased, in the mind of His Excellency Right Honorable Aminu Bello Masari, and that is how he come up with the idea of creating a department that will cater for the two major manners bedeviling the state. The first assignment that was given to me was this issue of human trafficking. I could remember when the department was established in 2019. In fact, the first assignment I started is even before my swearing in as the special advisor to His Excellency. A report came to His Excellency from Burkina Faso, Republic of Burkina Faso, and then that some of our youth, young men, who are being taken to Burkina Faso in the name of finding them a lucrative job, in search of this green as pasture. And unfortunately, they happens to be more or less taken to a woman, and then that woman took them to, they went through Benin Republic. And when they were handed over to a woman, the woman took them to Burkina Faso. From there, they were taken to a remote area in the country, and they started working for an outfit, if I may use, or some people. And unfortunately, when they asked for their pay, for the work they do, it seems the payment is not forthcoming. They will be told that their payment has been made to their Oga. Who is this Oga? They could not say. So they realized that they are more or less being enslaved. They are working for somebody they don't know, and it happens to extend that they could not even feed themselves well. And when they fall sick, there seems to be, looking for where a help can come. And they will not see anybody forthcoming to give them that assistance to cater for their health. So the situation became unbearable. They had to find a way of talking to the leadership of the Hausa community in the village to come to their rescue. And this is how it happened. And then the leader of the Hausa community, forwarded the complaint to a more superior leader in the country, that is at the Ouagadougou, the federal capital of the country. And I think it is through this Hausa leader at Ouagadougou that the report get to the embassy of the Nigerian embassy. And this is how the information was related to our government. And His Excellency Right Honorable Aminu Bello Masari immediately swung into action. He asked the then Chief of Staff to find a very reliable hand and competent person that could take such a voyage to that country in order to return our young men amounting or numbering to about 23 back to the country, to Nigeria. This was the first assignment being handled by me, and glory be to God, we took the assignment seriously. Myself and an immigration officer, we traveled all the way from Nigeria to Burkina Faso, and we were able to successfully bring back our young men that were taken to that country in the name of greener pasture, and then luckily they realized that what they are looking for is not forthcoming. It was more or less an illusion. So, well, the young men really thank His Excellency, Right Honorable Aminu Bello Masari. I think it has taken so long that we hardly could pass a week or two without one of them calling me to thank me. In fact, at the time, they even insisted that I must organize a kind of, get them an audience to His Excellency to come back again and once again thank him for what he has done for them. So this is the short story of my first assignment as the special advisor in this office. And I think from there, we outlined a series of activities that we can do to make sure that, yes, we have really made an impact on the issue of drug and human trafficking in the States.
Indeed, there are reasons to be thankful as the efforts of the Katsina State government in its fight against the twin terrors of drug abuse and human trafficking are bearing considerable fruit. We'll take a break now, and when we return, Inside Katsina continues. Do stay with us. Welcome back, and thanks for staying with us on Inside Katsina on Trust TV, where we have been in conversation with Hamza Muhammad Borodu, the Special Advisor to the Governor on Drugs, Narcotics and Human Trafficking. And he has been giving us insights into the successes recorded by his department and the activities that are geared towards fulfilling its mandate. Let's take a look.
One of the or some of the laudable things we do to make an impact of the department in the society is one of the first thing we do is to begin to inform the general public and well-meaning and opinion leaders, especially the traditional rulers, the religious leaders, that is the clerics, the opinion leaders in the society, and other major stakeholders in the society. We also carry along CSOs, that is civil society organizations. This is aimed at making publicity to educate them, to let them know that such a department is being established by the state government and is here to work for the good people of Katsina State, and there is need to carry all these interesting groups along so that we can work together to make sure that, yes, our society is being sanitized, and issue of creating awareness on the dangers and manners related to this issue of drug trafficking and human trafficking. So that was the first assignment we do, to create this awareness and to solicit for the cooperation and then helping hand for all these interested groups. And it has really worked well, because we have really achieved a lot by extending our hands of friendship to all these people that we think they can really give us the needed assistance we need from the general public. Then secondly, we also try to organize a kind of sensitization campaign and training to many people, ranging from this civil society organization and also government workers, that is the staff of the local government, civil local government service commission, and then the Ministry for Local Government, and even that of the state staff. We try to carry out some programs aimed at sensitizing the general public and educating them on the manners and the dangers of this issue of drug abuse. I think one of the major achievements we recorded was that of the transport union. We realized that any kind of criminality being perpetuated in the society must have an impact of the transport sector. This might not necessarily be to their knowledge, but however, as a very important segment of the society that has to do with improving the quality of living of the society, they have to be used as a means of carrying out that kind of crime, as I said, which is not in most cases to their knowledge. Because we realized that either trafficking of drug or trafficking in persons, one cannot do it barefooted or with his leg. He has to secure the services of either an Okada rider, that is Kabu Kabu, that is machine rider, or Kurukura rider, that is tricyclist, or what is popularly known as Keke Napep or Keke Marwa, or Adedeta Sahu, as the case may be. There is also this issue of major transporters, that is the vehicle users, either the truck riders or the commuters carrying the people along the line. So we realized that since nothing can be done without the use of transportation system, there is need to sensitize these people. And in most cases, they have a very vital role to play, because one, as a means of transportation, they have access to so many informations that they can share with other security organizations, and that will help the security organization in carrying out their assignment. It will assist them in information sourcing, that is intelligence sourcing, and it also give them a clear cut of what is happening in a given area. So we realize that if they are educated, that they have a role to play. They are very important in intelligence sourcing, and also in knowing what they carry before they carry a person, what he is carrying. So I think it will go a long way in reducing the menace of or influx of this drug. And you cannot say in a war against drug, NDLA is not a stakeholder. So it's a major stakeholder, and we are really working hand in hand with them. In fact, in most cases, the intelligence we gather or we source, we at the end of the day deliver it to them, and that is what makes sometimes their work easier. So we really share intelligence with them, because even when I started paying courtesy visit, I went to almost all the security operatives, ranging from the police, the NGLA, the custom, immigration, SSS, civil defense, road safety, virtually every security operatives, we pay courtesy visit to them, and then we solicit for their cooperation and synergy in our activities. So there is a very good working relationship between this department and that of immigration, and even that of NAPTIP, that is the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons. And then I think the state government on its own part has shown tremendous interest in giving them the necessary assistance they request from the state government, under the leadership of His Excellency Right Honorable Aminu Bello Masari. We carry out, because the series of activities I told you the department has undertook was with the support of His Excellency, because without the funds to carry out the activities, I think the activities cannot be carried out. So he really give us all the necessary assistance we need to carry out our own assignment without much suffering. We equally, not only even the department he created, he established by himself, even that of the federal government, that is the NAPTIP, the police, I mean the immigration, the NDLA, they do come forward with a proposal seeking for assistance. And then the state government is always at hand to render such assistance. I know he gave so many of them vehicle to assist them in the to assist their logistics capacity to carry out their assignment. There are some of them, even it is the state government that even give them office accommodation. There is also that of NDLA. I can say that the state government has created a has constructed a multi-million edifice for the rehabilitation and reintegration of some of these drug victims. So I think the state government is doing a lot in the areas of assisting not only the department it created, but other departments that were federal government creation.
Now, from the creation of brand new departments and agencies to the provision of financial and logistical support to already existing ones, The Katsina State government has done and is still doing a whole lot to ensure that the scourges of drug abuse and human trafficking are tackled in the best way possible for the overall betterment of the people of Katsina State. And with that, we wrap up Inside Katsina for this week. Join us again as we take a closer look at another sector undergoing monumental positive changes under the restoration agenda of Governor Aminu Bello Masari in Katsina State. Until then, I am Ibrahim Yusuf. Thanks for watching.